Good morning, everyone. We are back with Ali Talks Tech. Today I am at Gitex live with my good friend Amnah, who is the Executive Vice President, Market Development. I think that's EEMEA, that's Eastern Europe,
Middle East and
Africa at Mastercard. Amnah, welcome. So we are going to be discussing what Mastercard is all about, what is going on. Mastercard is the main sponsor for the FintechSurge. Amnah, you are doing some interesting things today at this FintechSurge specifically. You are the key sponsor. What are the key developments that you are showcasing today in Dubai?
Thank you so much, Ali, and thank you for having me here for this conversation. So I think in the last few years, the world around has changed significantly. It's very difficult to keep up with the pace of technology and the changes that are happening. But at Mastercard, our innovation strategy is based on collaboration because we do not believe that anybody can drive innovation alone in today's world. We see our role as connecting the different players of ecosystem, be it the telcos, the retailers, the governments, the financial institutions, the fintechs. And this is a very interesting role that we play in the ecosystem. And that's what makes us very unique to be a sponsor for Gitex, because all these different partners of ours come together at Gitex. You may remember many years back, Mastercard as the logo on your card. But we are such a different company now. Many people know about it, but just let me articulate. Our offering in terms of services and product solution is so wide now.
So you are beyond the plastic card.
Absolutely, so much beyond. We own the company that provides loyalty to the world's largest wallet that exists, Starbucks, Session M. We own it. Dynamic Yield, which
So you are behind the Starbucks card.
Yes.
You know, I was having this conversation about the Starbucks card the other day, and somebody was saying it's probably one of the largest banks in cost in the world today. Tell us a little bit about that. That is super interesting.
It's personalization, Ali, because in today's world, consumers do not want to be treated like a number, right? Everyone, be it a bank, be it a coffee provider, they have a portfolio. They have data for their customers. And yes, customers do not want to be bombarded by offers and messages and communications, which is not relevant to them. And there's this whole data privacy issue as well. But
that's a big one.
It's a big one. And customers are willing to share the data in exchange for personalized offers and services. And that's so powerful. That's exactly what Starbucks does. You know, their coffee shops are before you walk in, you know, they exactly know what you want. You know, your name is there, your favorite coffee is there. So that's the power of personalization, which are assets like Session M and Dynamic Yield, which we acquired from McDonald's, powers. And it can power the brands of merchants, banks, I mean, you name it, right? That's just one small area of loyalty that I'm talking about where we are playing such a big role. There's so many others, like there's cyber risk, there's security, where we acquired some big firms, you know, which provide these big services. Because if you look at SMEs and merchants, they don't only have to look at the risk that their businesses face today, but they have to figure out a way to future-proof their business. And these assets that we have in the space of cyber risk and security provide them an easy way to do that. That's so much more than what you used to do. And that's why it's super interesting to be here, because we're in the middle of all of this.
That is absolutely interesting. I was listening to your keynote a few minutes ago, and I jotted down 3 interesting things that were sort of your focus of your keynote: leadership, empathy, and innovation. How do you bring these 3 key things to life when you're serving your customers, you're working with your colleagues on a daily basis?
So I find it interesting because our role being in a technology company is to make sure that we get to know about all the new technologies, right? I was reading about metaverse, and I read an article over the weekend that in the near future we could have virtual children. At times my brain does not have that comprehension power to understand the new technologies, right? I met a customer whose 12-year-old son is watering a virtual garden, and he bought this garden for $12, and now it's like $30 because he was watering this virtual garden, and now the garden is worth more. You and I grew up in real backyards, real gardens, watering real plants, right? So a lot of these technologies can be overwhelming, if you live in the world of technology, which we do at Mastercard. How do you make sense out of it? Because at the end of the day, technology is just a means to get to an end. We have to define the pain points of our customers. At times they're obvious, at times they're not so obvious. And that's why with our labs part of the organization, we would do a lot of prototyping and testing in real life to understand whether we're really addressing some pain point, or this pain point doesn't exist, or this problem doesn't exist, or there is no technology that can solve for it, right? So I think it's very important to have that lens. Otherwise, you can just keep being absorbed and overwhelmed with all these technologies and think about a way to use them. It should be the other way around. We have certain problems to be solved. We understand why those problems are problems for our customers and partners. And then we think step 2, what technology can actually solve for those. So that's how it comes together. And as a technology company, innovation is so much about bringing people together, be it our internal teams, technology, product, but also a co-creation with our customers, which requires us at times to co-locate with our customers, but do those co-creation sessions together. That's when the real creativity comes out. So all of this cannot be done if you're not empathetic towards the needs, and if you're not empathetic and curious enough to understand and listen to what people are saying about their problems, about their needs. So I believe that's how it comes together. I mean, technology is further away from innovation. It may sound strange that I'm saying that, but it's not the only thing you need to understand for driving innovation.
Yeah, so it's basically not technology for technology's sake.
Yeah.
That is quite interesting. The future of commerce. How are you guys shaping this future of commerce? We sort of hear lots of stuff, omnichannel, tap and go. How are we as Mastercard shaping this future to make lives for your customers better?
So Ali, let's go back to the basics. As consumers, what we need is simplicity of payment, because payment is not what I would say normal consumers are excited about. Maybe I am at Mastercard and I'm excited about it. Consumers are excited about the purchase that they're doing, right? So they want simplicity. They want choice to pay when they want to pay, what they want to pay, and they want safety and security, right? I could start off my purchase on a laptop, finish on a mobile. I could actually go physically to a store and then finish it off on my mobile phone, right? So these are the 3 things that consumers need. Let's go to the merchant side of the house. What do they need? Increase in sales, loyalty and share of wallet of the customer. How does this ecosystem come together when Mastercard sits in the center of it? It's providing the technology and the solutions that provide consumer in a trusted way choice of payment, be it card, contactless form, crypto, buy now, pay later. It could be any form, in any device that they want to do it in any form they want to do it, anywhere in the world.
So device agnostic.
Absolutely. And this is exactly what the merchant wants. Merchant wants that experience because that simple, secure, safe experience for the consumers in return is going to drive a higher business for the merchant. So that's a very interesting way of bringing this ecosystem together. And that's what all our technology and solutions are designed for.
That is super interesting. I know you're running out of time, but I have at least 1 or 2 more questions to ask. If you had a crystal ball, how do you see the next 3 years evolving?
I would go to this famous quote, forgive me if wrong, but I think it's Steve Jobs who said that we as human beings always overestimate the change that would happen in the next 3 to 5 years and underestimate the change that would happen in the next 10 to 15 years.
That's true. That was Microsoft founder, I think. Okay. fantastic
The quote
point.
remains with me.
Yes, the quote is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So
I think the next 3 years, I mean, yes, the world would change, but I think the next 10 years is something that I would say would be beyond our comprehension. I read technologies today that I really have to struggle and I have to read them 5 times to really understand that this is how the future would be tomorrow. I see my children growing up in such a different environment today versus what I was, and I'm not that old. So I would say that in the next 3 years, yes, there would be a lot of openness to embrace new technologies. Maybe COVID did this to us. It was a level playing field. My mom was on WhatsApp. She never was before, right? You see people's grandmoms ordering online groceries. So there was a massive change for us. And that will have its repercussions as we continue to just embracing new technologies. There's just more openness. But I would say some of the technologies like artificial intelligence and all, which have been here for a while, they would definitely take off because in my humble view, they've been around for a while and they've been tested by a lot of organizations and people have seen the use cases of it. And that's something, those are the kind of industries that would flourish. In the 10, 15 years, I would say if we were to watch this interview again, we would laugh about it because the world would have changed so much.
So I should have asked you this question in the beginning, but I wanted to leave the best for last. Tell my viewers, who's Amnah? Beyond Mastercard, who's Amnah? How have you come up to become such a powerhouse within the payments, financial services ecosystem in the region? If you don't mind.
So powerhouse is not the word at all that I would ever associate with myself. I just think that as leaders, our crucibles are what define us and our journeys. And my personal journey is what made me who I am. I've lived and worked in 12 different countries across North America, Asia, Europe, and now the Middle East. And I think I was pushed out of my comfort zone because at the age of 18, I had a dream for myself to have financial independence, which women in my family did not have, to have an international career, to get married when I want to get married, to whom I want to get married to study what I want to study. So I think that personal journey of mine really defined a lot of my leadership traits, which was about perseverance, courage, a lot of difficult decisions, which would be very difficult for people to change a country, came very easily to me because maybe in my personal journey, there were too many difficult decisions that I had to take, right? The word Amnah, I know my name means peace, but as my parents would say, I brought everything to them other than peace.
Amnah, thank you so much. It's been really great talking to you, and I really do hope that I'll get more time in the future, in the near future, to talk a lot more about, financial services, FinTech, technology, women in tech, and all that. So
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Where I come from Kenya, we say in Kiswahili, asante sana. Thank you very much.
Asante sana.
All right, cheers. Thank you. Guys, there you have it. I have had Amnah Ajmal with me here today, and we'll be talking a lot more in the next couple of days. Thank you very much, guys, for listening and for watching.